Three, two. I think we are live. Sports fans, what's going on? Patrick over here at Ghost Picks ATS coming at you with a Masters update with my guy Moff Dollars. A little episode of Keep It Rolling. We'll keep this one extremely quick. So stay tuned. Watch the whole thing. It'll only be about 5 or 6 minutes with some fire content. So, Moff, what's up?
Yeah, so I mean, we were going to talk a little bit about the weather, but I think we want to dive into a little first round matchups and just kind of solidify what we talked about yesterday, right? So, what we know so far, Pat, is that we are going to have some wind down there at Augusta. I mean, big wind, 15 mile per hour plus gusts. Not usual for Augusta, and it's going to give guys some fits out there. And we talked about it yesterday, but I know two guys going into tomorrow, first round leaders. Who you like?
So my guys from yesterday, I said Joaquin Niemann, who is the ultimate boomer bust. You know, he's playing with Tiger, so he gets the Tiger effect. If he catches like the juju from Tiger, you saw him streak earlier in the year where he was untouchable. He's got that little bit of Tiger in him, so if he can somehow harness that, Joaquin Niemann, first round leader, I love that. And then I'm going with the square pick here. It's square, but I think at the same time it's solid. Justin Rose, first round leader. He was a first round leader last year, so that's why it's the only reason it's square. But he's one of the best guys coming out of the gate in the first round in big tournaments every time. And he fits everything. He's a phenomenal putter. He's good in the wind. He's got a little morning tee time. Literally just about everything we're looking for, he fits, at least for a first round standpoint. Moff, what about you?
So right before we came on, you hit me with the PGA splits from a couple weeks ago with the wind gusts, right? Guys that play well in the wind. We talked about him yesterday as a long shot, and I think in my mind, he just gets better and better. Webb Simpson to come out as a first round leader is something that I'm getting behind. We saw him a couple weeks ago come out super hot. I forget the tournament, but Webb Simpson, and then our guy, I got a couple. Jordan Spieth. I mean, a lot of people shitting on Jordan. The only guy that I've seen to start two times first round leader. Plays decent in the wind. You know, he's a Open champion. But Jordan Spieth, Webb Simpson, and DJ, we've seen him up there before. These guys, but like Pat said, Justin Rose, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, these guys all kind of hover around on the first day. It's a long shot. You know, these are very
small.
Big
small
odds.
They're small. They're some of the smallest picks we do. So
right,
when you're looking
something
for long
fun
shots to get off on the week on the right note, we're looking for guys who can just streak. And we don't know what's going to happen throughout the weekend necessarily, but I can tell you guaranteed first day out of the gate, it's going to be wet because of these tornadoes that have been going through there. There's been a lot of rain. It's going to be wet, so you got to be able to hit it out there, and it's going to be scoreable. So, we've seen those guys. It might be a 6 under first day. It might be a big leader. But then again, with the wind coming into play, that's the huge thing. Everything that Moff and I did leading up to this week, weather is it's the first thing we look at, but also the last thing I look at because you want to know what's going on, but at the same time, you don't want to, tunnel vision on just like the weather. And sure enough, we did all our work, and at the very end, it comes back full circle. The best players in the world in playing in windy conditions, Webb Simpson, Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy. Guys that we talked about yesterday that we didn't even necessarily take because of the wind, and they just so happen to be 3 of the top 4 wind players in the world. So
Webb's number 1, right?
As far as like total strokes gained and like with like super gusts, but like we're looking at, well, that's because he's a good putter, but ball striking is extremely important. Colin Morikawa is like one of the best ball strikers in the wind. He grew up on the West Coast at San Francisco, and we saw that in the he won that in the San Francisco. That was the U.S. Open down there, and it was extremely windy. So that is a huge factor this week that we don't necessarily get every year at the Masters. That's what I was talking to Moff about. These greens, some of them roll at record numbers, like 14 on the however they rank them, which is as high as it gets.
Yep.
When you talk about that coming around Amen Corner with swirling winds, water on every hole, this could get nasty. Thursday through Saturday, it's going to be windy. You better take advantage of the holes that you can take advantage of. And so everything that we said on the past prior episodes multiplies. Experience, knowing where to hit the ball, approach.
Tell them who gets some bumps. Tell them who gets the bumps.
Who gets the bumps? So what are we talking about? The wind bumps?
the wind bumps, Shane Lowry, Terrell Hatton, DJ, Rory, our favorites already play great in the wind. That makes us feel great when I'm bringing up long shots of guys who have played well here, but also seem to be playing very well in high gust situations. You got a guy like Webb Simpson. So I feel even better after. I mean, we're peeping the weather. We're keeping up with it. I feel good about our picks, and I think it's gonna be a brutal one out there, dude. I think this win can give people fits. I mean, it gives every golfer fits, and I think we're looking for the guys who can get through it.
I couldn't agree more.
What we're looking like time frame. I mean, short and sweet. I mean, I know we want to do what is this? A little Zoom updates or something. So you're about to raise your hand. See me raise my hand?
Oh, who, me?
Whatever.
Oh.
Anyways.
No, so
let's wrap it up.
Joe's down in the comments wondering about Rory's putting. So one thing about Rory is he's actually a solid putter on bent grass. And that's what we've seen here at the Masters for the most part. Now, last year, obviously, he was not good. He missed the cut. But if you look at the 10 years prior, obviously he's been phenomenal. But that was also one of the big pieces of my reasoning behind Rory McIlroy and Dustin Johnson. If you look at guys who are in the top 20, top 30 of the world golf rankings, so those guys are there every year. They're consistent. They're phenomenal. They've also played these courses many times. After a missed cut at the Masters, the next year, those guys in the top 20 bounce back at an absurd rate. And it, for whatever reason, whether it's, it was a down year or whatever, but you're catching them at a little better odds in that case. So, I mean, like DJ, his lone time he missed the cut was 2014. Next year he comes out and gets 6th place. Rory, the same thing, comes out, gets 15th. Patrick Reed comes out, he wins. Louis Oosthuizen misses a cut, he comes out, he gets 2nd. Hideki misses the cut, he comes out and scores 5th. Cantlay misses the cut, comes out 9th. These are the things that obviously it's not a direct correlation, but I think it's a mental side of things. These guys, they understand the course. So it's just one bad year. I mean, you're telling me Rory's finished top 10 7 of the last 10 years, or 7 out of the last 9 years, and just because he's coming off a miscut, maybe we're looking away from him.
These guys have a track record of playing well in big tournaments, majors specifically. So that's, I mean.
So at DraftKings, so DraftKings is even better than FanDuel this week. So I was middling these top 10s. If you're at DraftKings, the top 20 or top 10 for Rory is plus 200. So that's pretty damn good.
My offshore odds are poop.
What do you say?
Straight poop. My offshore book is poop.
Poop. DraftKings, BetMGM is starting to come up with a couple. If you're in, Denver, or if you're in Colorado, Nevada, Circa usually has some pretty damn good numbers on golf. They're usually the best in the completely legal. For the ones like Indiana,
we will be driving to Virginia,
the places where you have FanDuel, DraftKings. DraftKings definitely has some pretty good numbers. So. That's good to know. James, we'll wrap this one up here. Moff,
we need to.
Down here. What do you think about Cam Smith? I know that's one of you guys you like, but why maybe are we staying away from him this week?
I don't even like staying away from Cam Smith so much as it's just because of his odds right now. So I don't know if we talked about it on air or not. I don't even think we did. But so the week that you took him and we wound up getting him, we got him at much better odds once the tournament started. And when these odds are changing before guys even tee off, that's the sort of stuff where you can get some value. We got Cam Smith. I mean, he wasn't even far back. What, plus 30 to 1? You might've taken, I don't know. That was you. But anyways, I mean, I like Cam Smith. If it's going to be windy, he can scramble his ass off. He can putt, but I mean, the juice just isn't there. And, I don't know. I mean, when you're looking for locks, I mean, everybody's on them too, right? So we're trying to be contrarian into the fact that everybody's on them, and but
for good reason.
I love Cam Smith for good reason, right? These guys, and so but that's Cam Smith. I'd love to catch it if we can see a little slip. He's the type of dude that can get hot and roll back on a leaderboard after getting some juicy odds. And any of these guys, I mean, that's what I mean. You can catch. I mean, if you get good odds on Rahm or any of these top guys, it's it's kind of like your college basketball philosophy. If you can catch somebody, is just having maybe a rough start or whatever, and they can bounce back and you got confidence in that, you can catch good value. And that's what we try to do.
Cam Smith is actually one of my favorite golfers this week. But like Moff said, the juice, the odds, they are not in his favor whatsoever. And it's because of how well he's been playing. There's no doubt about it. But he is somebody, Cam Smith, I have taken him 3 times live to win a tournament coming from behind. He gets an early morning tee time. He's one of the best birdie or better conversion. He avoids 3-putt. His driver is the big question. But here where you have a little more room for error, a guy like Cam Smith could be absolutely money on a live play. He's sitting at 12-1. I'm not taking anyone in this loaded field to win in that area. I think Cam Smith is a little more on the boom or bust side than a guy like Rory or DJ, and that's why we didn't lock him up for a lock of the week or anything. When he's on his game, he's top 10. He's great material. But when he's off, Cam Smith's driver really can screw him. Once again, like Moff said, live 100%. He's a guy we're looking for. He putts well on bent grass. He does just about everything well, birdie or better. He can come from behind. He can play in the wind. But at 12-1, 13-1, whatever he is right now, that's just tough.
But hey, let's wrap this thing up.
Let's do it.
But yeah, quick hits. I mean, J Rose, Joaquin, Webb Simpson, Jordan Spieth, first round leaders. Kind of a little sprinkle for fun. We got our boost, Shane Lowry, Terrell Hatton, these win player guys that we see. I mean, just things to keep in mind. Like Pat said, link to our full video last night where we go over everything. At the end of this, once we get it posted out, we are live right now, but once we get it posted out, there'll be a link. You can check it out. And hopefully we're going to have some time to make more videos. It's a big week, so we're trying to bring more content. And make sure you join our pool, free Masters pool. We will include that below. Chance to win a Masters shirt. Tell your buddies, absolutely free. Like I said, you get 6 golfers, pick it out. Just give us a shout, share our post. I mean, we're not too strict about rules. We're just trying to gain a following, so make it fun. Let's see how many people we can get in this thing, and let's keep it rolling. Pat, anything to add?
Nope. Keep it rolling. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If there's anything else you can throw it in the comments. We'll be there to respond back and forth.
Hit us on Twitter or whatever. Yeah, talk to us. Keep it rolling. 365.
All right. I think that's about all we got here for today.
That's it.
Locks of the week on the page. Let's wrap it up. Moff, keep it rolling. On to next week. We will definitely have a live update this week. It's Masters week. Friday, we'll look to get an episode out with a live winner. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
10-4, we're out of here. Peace and blessings, everybody. Right. Have a great day.